me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The alpha and omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup
between the Washington Commanders
and the Green Bay Packers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs and here a loss of yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Rodgers now to throw.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
On first down, Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23.
I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Now Jones. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Well, this defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw, it's Rodgers.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
On second and 10, Rodgers. He's got this one complete to Rodgers. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Hey, you block over here.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now it's Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Josiah DeGuara.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. In motion left goes a tight end. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. But their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones flushed out right. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
To throw again on second down. Jones slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Throwing, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there complete to Rodgers. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we're at halftime here in Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, and his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Thomas brings it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. You hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone rather than deal with him again on a likely carry on this down.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now receiver in motion left. Robinson again. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders are back within a score. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He'll find Aguara complete. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And some room to roam now.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Over the middle, open is Thomas.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A give to Gibson running right.
They find some open field here. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson,
his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Slide for the PAT.
It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do?
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Well, that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Gibson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll go. It's Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Running right, here's McAllister. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A give running right, Gibson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. On the give, McAllister with it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Able to find Jones.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tariq Carpenter. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long